It's finally here. It's Tuesday, 8 p.m. It's time for CCUK Resin Q&A Live, sponsored by apexresin.co.uk. Don't forget, use my discount code CCUK, save some money. That's right. Tonight and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. we're going live on the only resin talk show where you meet your favorite artists and creators behind the gloves. CCUK Resin Q&A Live. We'll be talking with fellow resin artists and creators and answering all of your questions live. Make sure you stick around. Ask all your questions in caps lock. Get involved, share this video with your friends and family, and enjoy the show. And with that, I'd also like to take a moment to say a massive thank you to everyone that supported this channel, guests, sponsors, members, and subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. We all grow together. The more questions you ask, the better the live will be. To be creative and ask away. Make sure at the end of the video you give it a thumbs up and comment. That's how we all keep growing. But for now, sit back, grab a drink, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, it's 8 p.m. I'm glad you're all here. To be honest, I didn't know if I was going to make it today. I've been in bed poorly the last couple of days, but I'm here. I didn't want to miss tonight because we've got a very special guest. She's been on YouTube for, I think, about 4 years, if memory serves correct. Lots of videos, nearly 3 million views now. Amazing artist. We've got Jessica coming on the show. So before we go any further, let's say hi to Jessica. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Andy. I'm so sorry you're poorly. How are you feeling now? Are you better?
Yeah, I've had lots of paracetamol today and lots of ibuprofen, so I've had to be here. So I'll get through it. And
good.
I've got a holiday booked next week, so hopefully that'll give me enough time to relax and just rest and get rid of it.
Lovely. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? I can see the comments, but I'm having to come really up close and, so bear with me.
I'll keep on trying to tag them as they come up in chat, so you'll get to see them. But I think that the whole point of the show is people to get to know you as an artist, get to know, I suppose, where it all started, why it all started, and then how it progressed from sort of resin to YouTube, really.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like forever ago, and resin is one of those things when you get your hands on it, I don't think there's any looking back. Like, it's addictive. You are in it. And also, before I go ahead, let me mention this is actually my first YouTube live.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, and I'm very socially awkward. So bear with me, guys. I'm trying to do my best here. But no, so it started about 4 years ago. I think it was lockdown. I think that's the story with so many of us where, you pick up a hobby, the world around you is kind of shut and you don't know what to do with yourself. And just watching YouTube, seeing all of these videos, and resin caught my eye and I was like, what is that? Like, it's a liquid, but then you mix it and then it becomes solid. I was instantly intrigued and I had to give it a go. Played around with it, and then when I made my first geode, I could not believe it. I was like, did I just make this stunning thing? And that was it. And then coincidentally, I actually sold that for a good amount, and then I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna do this. I can actually do this as a business. And that's it. There's been no looking back.
So before we go into the do you want to give your channel a shout out for anybody that doesn't know, just so that they know where to find you? And I'll get one of the mods to hopefully flag it up as well.
Yes, so find me on flowartbyjessica. I am considering that I should change it to Chaos by Jessica because it's been a lot of chaotic videos on my end recently. I'm loving how it's all going. It's more experimental. So if you're into that stuff, if you have questions about what happens if I do this with resin, come find me because we're doing all sorts of weird things.
They're the best ones, though. Do you know when things go wrong that you don't expect, and then you still get some kind of result at the end? Everyone's like, how did that just happen?
Absolutely. Happy accidents. So do we have a question?
Not as yet.
I thought I saw something there. I thought,
the
yeah,
good thing
everyone's
is,
just saying, hi guys. Hi, Sally. Sorry,
I've
go
got
ahead.
Lisa, one of the mods. She messages me them through on Discord, so we don't miss any. So, and just to let people know, I know sometimes these lives carry on and on and on, but it's a 1 hour deadline tonight. So just to pre-warn you, if you've got any questions, get them in early. There's loads of comments coming through. So KD saying he loved the robot drawing video as well. I saw that the other day. Was that a few days ago that one came out?
It was. I think it was literally my last video. How did I come up with it? Well, just YouTube. I think I've seen somebody use the robot on one of the YouTubers that I've, and they just were sharing weird finds on Amazon, and there this robot popped up, and I thought, you know what, this guy needs to come on and draw some bits on resin or resin creed, and that's literally how it came about. And I think a lot now. So where
you froze
am
for
I
a
back?
second. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of it on YouTube now is about the concept. So I just thought it would be fun to actually collab with the robot, and that's pretty how it came about.
Amazing. And I suppose, where did your journey go from? Obviously, you did that first geode, you said, and then you decided you were going to do it as a business. Where did that then go from, yes, I want to do this as a business, to, yes, I want to go onto YouTube?
When I first started with the resin, I was not even on any social media, and it was only until I started making art. You know, your friends and family, they encourage you, you know, you have to get on social media, show what you're doing. So I got on Instagram, and basically I've just been building my Instagram for the longest time. YouTube was not even on my radar. Only a channel that I made to kind of link my videos, like the products, to my website. So I never really bothered about YouTube until eventually I got monetized, which is when obviously things shift, don't they? You just suddenly kind of move on to YouTube then, for obvious reasons. And so I've just been taking YouTube seriously, I would say, past 2 years, even though I've been on it for 4 years. So past 2 years is there I've kind of been focused on my content, being regular, being consistent, doing all the right things, really. So it's been a long journey. It's still growing. With you, you know, it fluctuates. Some months are good, some aren't. I mean, September has been an awful month for me, views-wise, but that's
for most
YouTube for
people,
you.
the views are down in September. It's just what it is, really. And I think that's the thing. If you've been on YouTube for a while now, you probably get to know the peaks and troughs views. When you're new, you don't know, and you just think, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. And I think when you have the peaks, it's obviously good. Okay, you know, you're doing something good and you're doing something right. But when it dips and you can't pinpoint why, it's hard. And I think you just have to keep going, just do what you do, and kind of let the numbers do their thing.
And I think that's the great thing. If people look at, I would say your channel's quite established now, based on how many videos you've got, based on sort of growth and things like that. It's great to see that some of your videos are like supernova, and you've had like 145,000 views and things like that. But then there's still other videos, which I think are just as good when I've watched them back, where there's only maybe a couple of thousand views or less. And I think that's important for anyone going through this journey to know. It's not necessarily your content, it's just what the algorithm picks up and shows to everyone.
100%. And like I said, I mean, I've been doing this, 2 years now, and I only had my first viral moment last May. So it took that long. And you don't know when it's going to happen. You don't even know if it's going to happen. You just have to keep doing what you're doing and just, show up. Keep showing up.
So do you do it full time now? Is it what you do full time, or have you got another job on what you do in real life? Or
so I'm a pastry chef by profession. I supply desserts to restaurants. And that is also a home-based business. So I set that up, several years ago now. And so that's ongoing. And then on top of that, I've got this, which kind of is like dividing my time in half and half. moment. So no, it's not full-time by any means, which is why I think I struggle a lot with doing more lives or, you know, putting out more content, because I just haven't got the time.
Yeah. Do you have a set schedule that you try and stick to though now? How many per week and things like that?
One a week is like barely what I can manage. I mean, I wish I could do more. I look around and there's so many brilliant videos coming out and people are doing like 2 or 3 a week, and I think it's amazing, but I couldn't squeeze those in. But yeah, so I'm trying to stick with, I started with 4 a month, like 1 a week, and kind of scaling it up to like 5 a month, possibly 6 in the sort of the last quarter, because everyone knows that YouTube loves the last quarter. So
Christmas season, it's a busy one.
exactly. So you got to capitalize on that. So that's the plan. You know, and the important thing is to not get burnt out. Like, you just have to stick with your pace. So I'm trying to stick with what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, and it's amazing. You'll have to find a way to combine the pastry with resin. You know, both of your passions in one. Maybe get one of a gorgeous pastry and cover it in resin.
Do you know what? I like that. I like that. But I did actually do, so when I hit 10K subs, I made a resin cake to celebrate that milestone. So I did kind of combine it a little bit. So yeah, I sort of iced resin and it was very odd, but it was fun. So yeah, so I did do that a little bit. Sorry?
Not an edible one though, I presume.
Not an I got an edible cake and then I got a resin cake, and there's a blooper at the end where I kind of dropped my edible cake and obviously the cream went everywhere, and I was like, well, my resin cake wouldn't do that, so that's a win for my resin cake. But yeah, so it was a fun one.
Sally saying your jammy Dodger biscuit was so cool. I haven't seen that.
Oh, thank you, Sally. Yeah, I made a giant jammy Dodger. That's good. Yeah, I did not even remember I did that. So thank you, Sally.
You do now. You've got, but that's the great thing. I suppose one of the questions I've got for you is obviously you had that first sort of viral video. How's it progressed from there in sort of I suppose from a YouTube context? Just because again, I know a lot of the people in the chat as well also have YouTube channels, and I suppose they look up to people that have got to that point where they've gone over 10,000 subs or whatever that milestone is, what they've got in the head. How has the journey sort of changed for you from there, and where do you want it to go?
So I think it's obviously going to vary from channel to channel and what you're trying to do, what your channel is about. If your channel is more tutorial based, are you trying to teach techniques? And that's how I actually started. But then along the journey, it pivoted to more of, I'm going to do this weird, sorry, I need to control my language on YouTube, but I'm going to do weird things on here and come along for the ride. You know, that's how it's pivoted. And I think people are enjoying that. So I think it starts from what sort of a channel are you? And in terms of like how it's grown, obviously the bigger your channel gets, the more sort of collabs you get, the more money you start to make, and the more money you make, then you can then put more resources into making better content. So it's kind of all a big cycle. So I think that's how it evolves as you keep going further into the YouTube industry. So that's currently where I am. And you know, if we all know YouTube doesn't pay a lot.
No, wish it did.
Exactly. So I think you have to sort of find ways to sort of make money with collabs and other ways, to be honest. You can get more money, get better content, more resources, and that's kind of the cycle, to be honest.
And I think that's the thing for new people with a channel, you've got to realize that will take time as well before any of that happens. It is, I think, I watched a program the other day, and it says that every YouTuber has to go through that pain, though, where that first couple of years, you're not getting the views, you're just constantly getting better with your videos, hopefully. And then eventually it just seems to click.
100%. And the thing is, most people quit along that journey because it takes a while. You probably will have like people video and you've put time and effort and money into making that video. So it's the hard part is to just keep going and stay consistent, but just hang in there. It takes a while, but hopefully it does grow. So that's what I would say.
Okay, so we've got a few questions coming through. So just because I know we're limited to the hour, I want to go through them as they're coming through, if that's okay, just to make sure that nobody gets missed. Sally is asking, what was the most fun project you've made?
I think my handbag. I made a resin handbag, which was a dupe of a Dolce and Gabbana handbag, which is an 8,000 pound handbag in theory. And that for me to recreate that was super fun. I went into like my fashion brain and I just, I loved every minute of it. I actually have it here. And I've actually carried it around and I've loved it.
Do you actually use it and carry it around?
I do. It is heavy. Like that thing is so heavy, but I actually do use it around and I'm very proud of it. So I think that was a fun one for me. Video didn't do as well as I would have liked it to, but that's YouTube. But fun wise, I think I love that.
Yeah. So you're not selling that handbag if anybody wants it, just to check.
No, I'm not selling it, and I'm pretty sure Dolce and Gabbana wouldn't want me selling around their handbags. So.
No, okay. Lisa's asking, well, I think we've already asked this actually. Do you have a regular posting schedule, and how did you come up with your current posting schedule?
Yeah, so a video a week, and then I'm trying to kind of scale it up, but probably just five a month. How did I come up with it? It's just honestly what you're comfortable with, and that's because it's not my full-time thing. That's literally the max that I can push it to. So that's pretty much it. And I actually don't even edit my videos because I just haven't got time. So yeah, that's the hard balance to find the time to do all of it. So
and I think that's important as well. You've got to find the right balance for you because everyone's got different commitments. And even if you can only commit to one a month, as long as you stick to that and that commitment, you still grow. It's when you sort of do them very ad hoc. And this is where I went wrong at the start. The first couple of years, I'd do a video maybe once every 3 or 4 months when I could be bothered. And I think that's the difference, that you need to train yourself to go from treating it as just a hobby, unless you just want it as a hobby. If you want to take it seriously, then you need to treat it almost like a business where I must get this done every week.
100%. And I think once you do start to see a bit of progress, you do switch on to thinking of it more as a business, which is what happened to me. So now I do think about a concept, and then I'll think about how long that's going to take me, my time, resources, all of that. So you do have to, if you're going to take it beyond a hobby, then you do have to literally treat it like a business.
Yeah, and stick to it. That's the key, I think. But
100%.
Julie Zan's asking, do you have a project you wish you'd never tried to do?
Do you know what, Julie? That's such a good question.
I suppose that's your biggest mistake or something like that, really.
But you know what? I think, like, even if it was, my attitude is like, so now I know. Like, now I know it's a fail because I don't want to leave it hanging. Like, would this work? Would it not work? I'd rather do it, fail at it, and then know, okay, you know, actually that was a bad idea. So far, I don't think I've regretted anything. I just embrace all of it. Have you, Andy? Have you had any projects that you've regretted?
Failure. He's called Meth Bear. Everyone's nicknamed him. And this was my first time that I attempted to mix resin with EcoPore, and didn't work very well. But I learned from that, and I've since had success. And that's why I keep him. I'm very, very affectionately to remind me of the fact that it won't always go right.
We are always humbled by those moments, aren't we?
We are. And you know what? Resin, you can try and control it as much as you want, but it does have a mind of its own sometimes, and it will do things that you don't expect.
100%. I think you just have to learn to embrace its unpredictability. Just go with the flow.
I want to ask you about one of your videos that it's actually inspired my Froggy Friday for this week. So I'm doing a Froggy Friday, and you were playing with magnets, and so did I. With
that looks so fun.
So cool.
That looks really fun.
And
Yes.
look at how straight
Love
those
that.
lines were. It was amazing.
What did you use? Did you use the long magnets?
The long strip magnets, yeah. And again, I separated them slightly on that one, but it came out so cool.
Isn't that so fun?
And all that is the magnets and putting them underneath the mold, as you did in your video. But I saw in your video that you got sort of almost plasma swirls. Were they a different type of magnet?
Do you know what? That was another happy accident. But I think, do you know what it was, Andy? I think so you're not meant to use a metal tray when you're using magnets. I actually used a metal tray, and that I think kind of reacted in a way where it created a plasma. That's my understanding. I'm not into science as much, but I think that's what happened, and that was a happy accident because I loved how that went.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. Because the other times when I've tried it without a metal tray, it's given me the exact shape of the magnet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and again, that's how people do it. They get the cat's eye powders, they'll get a shaped magnet, put it on, and obviously it pushes all of it to the side, so it leaves that shadow in the shape, doesn't it? But no, it was amazing.
I've learned so much about magnets since that video because the comments have educated me so much about. There's even a viewing film. Apparently, you can view the field, like the magnetic field, before you actually pour resin. And I thought that was incredible. Yeah, so I did a part 2 where I basically took suggestions from all of the comments from part 1 and did more wild things. So yeah, people have educated me on magnets.
But no, it's amazing. And how did it feel? Because that was what, 3 months ago, I think that one came out.
Yeah, May that video went out. Yeah,
and I think it's your second highest views, but it's only been live for 3 months. So how did that feel when you started seeing that one just fly and take off?
Oh, it's the best, isn't it? If you have one of the, until you have a viral moment, you just think it's a myth. It's not going to happen to your channel. And it's when you actually see it happening. It's been amazing. It does put a little bit of pressure on you though afterwards, because now you're like constantly thinking and questioning every single video coming after that. So it has
get a 1 out of 10 again.
Exactly. So you just have to sort of ride the tide and ride the wave and just carry on. I remember I was really panicked. Go on.
I was just going to say viral means different things to different people as well. So if somebody's getting 100 views and then all of a sudden they get 1,000 views, that's technically their first time going viral. I think there's different levels to it. So again, I forget how many videos I've done now, but a lot. And my most viral at the minute was 15,000. And I was over the moon at that. And I was like, wow, if I could do that on every video, I could turn this into a business. But it just doesn't happen that way. You don't have one viral and then another viral. And then I don't think you do anyway. And it's something that I don't think you can ever figure out. No matter how much you plan, no matter how much you plan your idea, think your idea out, it could be the best idea or the best video in the world. And sometimes it just doesn't get pushed out.
100%. And you just have to, so I think of such videos as like anchoring videos. So any video that does well, forget viral or not, because like we said, it's subjective, but any video on your channel that does better than your normal, that's sort of your anchoring video for your channel. And that keeps bringing you views for a long period of time. And the idea is to hopefully have more of those anchoring videos while you do the rest of your content, because they're not all going to be like that. That's just unrealistic.
And I think that they're what they call, I think, your evergreen videos, where you're constantly getting those views month out. Because again, for a lot of videos, and yours, I'm sure, are the same, you'll get so many views and then it just flatlines. And it seems like the algorithm doesn't push them anymore. But then a few months later, all of a sudden they start getting a bit of traction again. It's like, why?
100%. So I had that traction in May, and then it was kind of okay. And then I had another bit in August, very, very smaller one. And then September has just been literally a flat line. It's been my worst month on YouTube. And everyone around me is just telling me, do you know what? It always happens in September. It'll get better. So I'm waiting for it to get better.
Just a quick one as well to Renee in chat. I don't know if you've subscribed to the right channel because you've just put that you've just become subscriber number 550. And at the start of this show, I think Jessica had 14,100 and something subs. So you might want to check it's the right channel on that. Just you know. Because there's probably another similarly named channel
Possibly.
out there. Yeah. There's the link.
So did Renee? So did she think I had what 550?
Yeah, 449. And she's
okay, gosh, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah, you've just dropped 13 and a half.
Could you imagine this live made me drop
because of this live? Oh,
I'd be like, bye, Andy.
Hades asking if you've ever made, I think you've already kind of answered this, but he's asked the question, so I'll ask it. Have you ever made any kind of resin pastry cakes? Which I think you mentioned you have, in a way.
Yes. I made a whole cake made out of resin, which I used this really fun resin thickener, and I piped resin along, and I was living my Nigella Lawson moment, and I loved every bit of it. And then apart from that, I think I've done the jammy dodgers, which Sally reminded me, and what else? I think that's it. But like you said, I need to cover a whole pastry or encase something in resin. I think I need to do that.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And just see how it slowly deteriorates.
Yeah.
One of the first things I ever did was put a chocolate coin in resin, and it's still perfect.
It's still living, isn't it? Yeah. How long ago was that?
That would be about a year and a half, and it's not gone mouldy or anything yet. To be fair, I know.
Do you know what? Yeah, I mean that looks like you poured it yesterday.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you know what? I encased a toast in resin, and that was about 3 years ago, and that looks brand new. Like literally looks like a toast.
I did a frog with super noodles as well that were cooked. So cooked super noodles.
Oh, cooked like ramen.
That's still perfect. Yeah, ramens, and it's still perfect. So
wow.
I think certain foods you can get away with, and certain you can't. Yeah. So I wouldn't do fresh fruit or anything like that because you know it's going to deteriorate. But
yeah, anything with high moisture.
Yeah. Okay, a couple more questions coming through. Nikki from Kernix Creations. Hi, Nikki. Has asked who inspires you.
Hi, Nikki. I actually watch a lot of woodworking channels. Funnily enough, I just have a keen interest in power tools. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, I watch a lot of woodworking. I watch, I can name a few channels I watch, obviously Evan and Caitlin, who doesn't, Hope Scope, John Malecki, all of these guys. I watch a lot of these channels, and just, I don't end up doing as wild of things as they do, but hopefully get some inspiration here and there and kind of put my own twist to things. And yeah.
Ah, it's interesting. Have you ever done wood carving with the fact that you're into your power tools and wood?
Carving, I haven't. Do you know what? It's the mess. It's the dust and the mess. And I even got a CNC at one point, and then I just couldn't keep up because there's like a lot of learning to do, and I had to sell it in the end because I just it wasn't for me. But carving, I haven't. No, that would be fun.
No, I that's where I started on this channel, was doing wood carving, interestingly. And then
did you?
I started putting resin on it, and then I just fell in love with resin, and then it's been resin ever since. But I still try and do it every now and then. And one of the projects I've got planned is seeing if you can power carve EcoPore. So that'll be interesting as a mixed medium.
I have taken EcoPore down to my bandsaw, and it does cut without snapping on the bandsaw. So I don't know if that helps or not, but it does. It might work. I think there's hope.
Yeah. I think I'll have to take it very slowly at the start and use a sander rather than an aggressive burr, but it'll be interesting. There you go. Nikki's saying she's just carved Aquacast as well. So there we go.
Oh, nice.
Lisa's asking, can you remind her what that massive machine is in her garage? Apparently you have a massive machine in your garage. Is it a car?
I have so many machines in my garage. Like I said, at one point I had a CNC, I have a bandsaw, I have jigsaws, I have an extraction situation, I have all of them. I have most of the things. What I don't have is the X tool. I wish I could get one of those, but I have no space. So Lisa, I think you're talking about my CNC, but I don't have it anymore. I just had to sell it.
Could be. Again, CNCs are amazing. I think what you can do nowadays compared to what you could do 10 years ago. But again, I just don't have the room for them. So I have to do it painstakingly by hand and then get a sore arm for about 2 weeks after. But
yeah,
it is
yeah,
what it
all
is.
been there. We love the sanding, don't we?
I hate sanding. Yeah, I love woodwork and resin. It's probably the wrong hobbies.
Yeah.
Dawn's just asking, so to save Lisa typing, because I can see her typing, what advice would you give a channel trying to grow to reach the numbers that you're at today?
Dawn, just keep doing what you're doing. I feel like what I did was I did kind of pivot into more experimental content. And I don't know if that helped or not, but I can say that for me, it's helped me gain more confidence in what I do. And I'm just having a lot more fun with my channel. So do what you like to do, have fun with your content, and it'll happen. And consistency is everything. You just have to show up, and it's hard when you don't have as many views. And I cannot tell you the amount of times I've sat down with my husband or my brother and just had a little rant about how my channel is just not growing. And we just have those days, but you just have to keep going. And in no time, you will see that you're doing a lot better than where you were. So
yeah, I've noticed you like playing chess with yourself as well.
I don't even know how to play chess. See, that's the stuff you see on YouTube. I don't even know how to play
chess board and then started playing it with yourself. I was like,
yes. Yes, my brother did some editing for me because I just had this crazy idea. Can you make chess with myself? And he was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. So that's how that came about.
So is there a project that you've got in your head at the minute that you haven't done yet, that you really want to do, that you're planning on doing maybe over the next 6 months or so?
Do you know what? I have a crazy list of things. Every time for some reason, I get weird ideas when I'm driving, right? All of my content ideas come to me when I'm driving. And as soon as I reach where I'm supposed to, I open my notes and just note them down so I don't forget. And I have like a whole list to go through. But one of the ones I did want to do, I actually wanted to do it this Christmas, but I don't think I have the time. I wanted to make a giant resin Christmas tree.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted it to be like a crystally vibe. And I think I figured out how to go about it, but I just haven't got the time this year. So I might do a smaller one. And then maybe next year, like I probably have to start months before Christmas to actually get it done in time. So that's something that's on my list. But apart from that, I am actually working on some crazy things at the moment. I am doing something with Orbis and resin, which I've just filmed, and it went swimmingly well, surprisingly. So that's coming up. And then I'm also making some Halloween pumpkin shoes.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's all happening.
Are they wearable?
They are wearable. Oh, wow. Are they going to be comfortable? I doubt.
Yeah, you might
but they'll be wearing
them. But yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously you are where you are now. What is your next? I'm sure as a creator, you set yourself like mini goals, what you want to get to. What is your next goal?
15K, 20K. That's just how it goes, doesn't it?
Well, you're not on 15, so that might be this year.
Yeah, hopefully. I think I was on track until September came along and everything kind of went off track. But I think, yes, for sure, obviously the subs, but you, like everyone on YouTube that is monetized, you would know that subs are a number and it's actually the views that are the main sort of deal. So just trying to sort of consistently grow. I haven't been doing a lot of collabs, so that is something I want to kind of do. I haven't been doing premieres. This is my first live. So all of these things that I should be doing, I'm not doing. So I think these are the goals that I have for myself, kind of go beyond my regular video and do more things on YouTube that I haven't been doing. Yeah, pretty
and just
much.
with this being your first live, you can't tell. You come across very well on the camera, very confident.
You're too kind. You're all too kind. I feel like I'm just having a rant, but you know what? It's resin, and I can talk about resin all day long. So
it's just a chat. That's what I say to everyone when they come on. It's just a chat. It's nothing to worry about. And actually, the great thing with your videos is I already felt like we know you because I've seen you at the start of most of your videos, and I think we've frozen.
Yes. I know you are frozen. Am I frozen too?
Frozen for me. Hang on a second. Let me check in the chat. It has frozen, but I can still hear you.
I can still hear you.
Let me check with the mods.
Right, I'm just going to try and read some comments in the meantime. Are you aware of the new collab and on YouTube? Yes. I recently just tried it out actually. Jessica, you're fine. Just Andy. Okay, am I fine? Okay. Andy, I think it's just you. Andy's because I think Andy's dropped off, has he? Am I by myself? Keep me talking, keep me entertained. How's it going? I'm curious about that feature. So yeah, so Sally, Tracy from Mini Scenes and me actually did a collab feature. I think they're still testing it out, to be honest. So I'm not sure how it's gonna go. Nice to see. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, and Andy's left me all by myself. I mean, it's my first live and I'm by myself now. Thank you guys. Thank you. But I don't know how long I can keep you guys entertained, but if you've got any questions in the meantime, let me know. I don't know what to do. Thank you, breaking the mold resin art. Thank you so much. You guys are so kind. I love you guys. Sorry, I'm having to come up close to actually read comments. Okay, so he's gonna be.
I think I'm back.
You're back. Andy, my first live, and you ghosted me.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry, but it's the first time it's ever happened. Literally, I got your device ran into a problem and has to restart on my laptop. Bizarre.
So you've come on your phone now, have you?
You what? Sorry, no, I'm back on.
Have you come on your phone? Oh, okay.
Working on that again, but yeah, I don't know. Bizarre. Maybe somebody's trying to hack me.
Hack this live.
Did I miss anything in chat whilst I was gone?
I was just looking through the comments. I am having to come really close. What editing software do you use? I actually don't edit my own videos, and I realize how privileged that is. But my brother is actually videographer, photographer, so he has a team. So I send him all of my raw footage, and he kind of makes it into a decent video that you guys can watch. I would not be able to edit a video. I have respect for everyone that does.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the editing is what takes an awful long time as well.
Yeah.
So 30-minute video can be 3 hours of editing. It's crazy sometimes.
Yeah, and especially if you've got like multiple camera angles, and if you've got voiceover and vlog and all of the different kinds of things, it's a hard few hours to edit.
Yeah, definitely. But again, it's great to have an editor. That's my dream. One day, so I'm going to be able to just record, send it to somebody else. They can edit and send it back. That is the dream.
Yeah, I honestly, I realize how lucky I am, because I wouldn't have a channel if I was editing. It wouldn't happen. So yeah, but I was actually talking to Tracy, and we were saying, well, if you're at a place where you think you're making regular content and the time that you're spending on editing, if you outsourced it, you could make more content, then maybe it's worth looking for an editor outside and
Depends
kind
on
of
the cost, though, I
see
think,
that.
because again,
Yeah.
I looked at this a few months ago, interestingly, because I work full time and I'm trying to do this full time as well, which is like,
What do you do, Andy?
I work in recruitment. So
Okay.
I get people jobs, basically. I used to say that I sell people, but that goes down the wrong way.
Yeah, I was just going to say, probably refrain from saying that.
But no, I love it. I love helping people. And I think that's the other thing that I suppose connects me a little bit with YouTube is I like teaching people how to do things as well. So that's where my passion is for YouTube is I like to do a bit like you. I like to do experiments that everybody thinks about, but nobody does because they don't want to risk it going wrong. And I like to do a few crazy experiments like that, like mixing your EcoPool with your resin, anything that people think, oh, I wonder what would happen, but then don't do it. And they're the ones that I absolutely love doing because, or bigger projects like my giant clock behind me, and things like that. It's just something that lots of people think about doing certain experiments, I think, in the resin community, but some of them go, oh, but what if it goes wrong? It's a waste of resin, which it is, but it's also
resin is expensive. Like it's not a cheap medium. So
Nikki's asking what does an editor cost? I just saw there, and it depends. If you want a good one, I saw them charging $500-600 a video, which is a lot of money. If I could find somebody that wants to do it for $10 a video, I'm all in.
And if you've got a brother that can edit, then it's free.
even better. And I'm sure did you pay him in pastries?
No, I actually do pay him actual money. Bless him, because I put him through a lot of grief to edit my videos. I'm very particular about my edits. I like very fast paced videos. Like that's the kind of videos I watch. So I do have to I have to tell him, okay, like I don't want this, cut this out. So bless him, I do pay him. But yeah, I don't pay him half as much as I should be paying him. So there you go.
That's family rates. That's fine.
Exactly, so, family rates.
Julie's Anne is asking, and again, it's up to you whether or not you want to answer this one. What is your favorite brand of resin?
Ooh, Julie. I would struggle to pick a favorite. But I can say one thing though. After you get to a certain point, you are going to be collaborating with pretty much all of the brands. You would have tried all of the brands. But I want to give a shout out to my favorite brand, just because those guys kind of believed in me when my channel was nothing. So Jade Diction Officials have been with me for literally the longest time. And like I said, they saw potential even when my channel was not showing the numbers. So I do have a soft spot for them. But other than that, I think all of the brands that we have, Let's Resin, Resiners, I've recently worked with Ellie Chem for my Orbeez video. Like all of the good resin brands, I think they're all at par. The quality is good. And if you were to pick up a random brand on Amazon or a Temu or something, the difference is like light and day. Like it's literally, if you're using a cheap brand. So yeah.
Yeah. And again, that's similar, I suppose, to me with Apex. They've sort of supported me at the start where I've not got that big a following, to be honest with you. And I think, I think I'll always have that special relationship with them. And don't get me wrong, if I didn't like the products, it'd be different because I couldn't work with them. But again, it helps me that I like their products. And I think as a creator, you get used to the brands that you work with as well. So every 100%. Resin for me, you're right in what you're saying. The cheap ones off Temu, I won't touch with a barge pole anymore, or the ones off Amazon.
Yeah.
I started with those to learn, and as soon as I went onto a quality resin, I started getting better results. And I'm like, that's the reason why. But I think as soon as you go onto a quality resin, you start to learn its properties. You start to learn its timings and everything like that. And then the problem is if you then swap from that to something else, you've got to relearn all of that.
Exactly. 100%. And
I think different resin providers have different resins that are probably better than their competitors. Different types. So some might be better with UV, some might be better with deep pour, some might be better with 1-to-1. And I think it's what's the best resin for you as a creator and the project you're doing is what you should ask.
Exactly. And even the rest of the product range, I feel like a lot of them have different ranges of products. And for that reason, also, I like to pick and choose the ones from different brands that I like. But I would say resin-wise, a lot of them quality-wise are at par. And like you said, you learn the properties and then you kind of get used to it. So
Sally's asking, are you going to start selling your croc giblets because they are so cool?
Sally, I hadn't thought that I was going to sell them, but after the video, I've had so many people asking for them. So I did kind of figure out a way to do that. So anyone interested, just hit me up on IG and I will let you know how to go about it. But yeah, that was a fun project.
That actually brings me back to a question that I've got, actually, because I saw on that chess, I think it was that chess set video that's sticking in my head, where you said if it didn't fit your decor, so you were selling it. So look in the description. I was going to ask if you've got a shop, because that's the first thing I did is I looked in the description to see if you've got a store or something like that. And I couldn't find them. So have you got one, or are you planning to have one?
So I had a website for the longest time. And then obviously stuff that I was making or any custom orders were ending up there. But then eventually, Andy, I started doing such crazy things that I felt like some of these made a really good content, but they're not perfect enough to sell, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So since then my website expired and I haven't renewed it since. So a lot of the custom stuff, or if anyone wants to buy anything, they just hit me up on Instagram. That's pretty much what we're doing at the moment.
Okay. Katie's asking where you're from.
I am originally from India. I have been in the UK. I came here for my postgrad in 2007, and I've been here since.
Whereabouts in the UK?
This is home. London.
Okay. Yeah. I'm East Mids. I'm Nottingham, so
not too far. Nice.
An hour and a half on the train, pretty much.
I was in Nottingham many, many years ago. I had an interview there.
Okay. Dawn's asking, what is the best? Again, if you don't want to answer this, don't feel obliged to. But what's the best way to contact Jade Diction?
They're really good on their Instagram. That's where I usually chat with them. Just hit them up on Instagram. They will get back to you. I think they will.
And again, I find that with most companies, they're more responsive on Insta than they are on any other platform.
Some of them actually, having said that, some of them actually prefer email. Okay. I know resiners are usually email. But Let's Resin, Jade Diction, all of these, Elichem are on email. So I think it depends on the brand, but Jade Diction are quite good on their Instagram. So yeah, that might be a good way.
Okay, we've got a few more questions as well, but just to remind people, you've only got 10 minutes left. So if you want to get your questions in, now's the time to do it. So Jennifer's asking, do you work with modeling paste or 3D mixed media, etc.?
I haven't. I've used texture paste a couple of times. I, in fact, recently used some texture paste from Temu. It was a mystery Temu collab video that I'm filming currently, and that worked really well. Modeling paste, I haven't actually. No. But mixed media wise, what else do I do? I've worked with clay and resin, obviously eco resin and resin. Wood and resin, all of these things, but I haven't used modeling paste yet.
Okay. It could be an upcoming video, you never know.
Could be, yeah.
That's the thing. I love it when people put in the comments, why don't you try this? And I'm like, yeah, with that. And then it gives us ideas. So as creators, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've probably got 300 videos planned that I've typed out that I want to get done at some point. But if somebody puts something in my comments that I get excited by, I'm going to
it jumps.
get that.
It jumps up, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, I think that's the exciting thing when one of the subscribers or somebody just puts in comments, have you thought of doing this? And because even though you may have thought of it, if other people are thinking about it, you know that it's likely to get views.
100%, 100%. And that's what happened with my magnet video. I had so many requests of trying so many different things, which I had no idea even existed. And it just took me down this whole path with the magnets. And now I've done like I've done horizontal pours with magnets. And like last video that I'm actually filming now, I'm doing a vertical magnet pour. So yeah, just experimenting, having fun.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'd be interested actually with the magnets, and this has just come into my head as we've been speaking. I've got a big aluminium 4-foot like picture on my upstairs wall, and I bet with that being metal, you could get all sorts of different magnets on the back, which could create different patterns, which would be quite interesting.
That would be quite fun. You know what? I do have this thing in my head that I want to make a geode using magnets, like kind of get like some lines and fault lines using magnets. So that aluminium sheet of yours could, that would be really cool. If you like set up some magnets like a geode and then poured, that would be quite fun.
That would be amazing. I just need to figure out how to get it to work, because I say I can only get either the shapes, or I think where for me it pulls together is where the gap is between the magnets. So you'll have two magnets there, and then obviously that's where you get that fluoresce is almost in that gap, isn't it? So it's finding a way to get it to do that shape. I don't know. I'm like you. I don't know a lot about magnets, but I would imagine it's about that magnetic field that they give out.
Do you know what I was looking into? And this, first of all, I love using things that are meant for something else in resin. So I was looking at, you get the charging cables and they're magnetic, the ones that sort of coil on themselves. And I was thinking, what if I actually used the cable in a shape? I wonder if it's going to be strong enough to actually show anything with the magnets in resin.
Or jewelry wire, if you've got a strong
jewelry.
And you can put it on the back or something like that in the shape that you want, that might work. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to explore on this, to be honest.
There is. You're going to be the magnet guru by the end of it.
Oh, I don't know about that. And so this is me exploring a vertical version.
Oh, wow. I love that.
And I thought that was quite fun because I've only done like flat ones. So I wanted to, so it's a vase. And so that was quite fun because I wanted to see if it could work this way up as well. And it does.
So where did you put the magnets for that?
I stuck them. No, okay. I stuck them on the sides.
Ah, okay.
But you're going to have to see the video to know more. So
I will
not
watch
saying
the
anything
video.
more.
I'll watch the video. And as I say, you inspired my frogs this Friday, so that will be coming out on Friday.
That turned out really cool. I love that. You need to tell me what magnet you used for that because you've got the beautiful stripy lines.
Let me grab them. Hang on. Back to them. So they're just these straight ones.
Ah, yeah, I've seen those.
So I use these normally in my woodwork. So I do like bottle openers on a plank of wood. I'll put one of these inside the wood and it catches the metal cap.
Got it.
And for that, the smaller magnets didn't work because they weren't strong enough, but these are really strong. So you've got to be careful when you move them apart that you don't get your hands trapped because they're really strong little magnets. But that was those. And then literally, I just put them side by side on a metal tray like you did, and it got those perfect lines. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that looks really fun.
Is there a technique though that you've seen on YouTube or anywhere else that you haven't tried yet that you want to give a go?
Gosh, I mean, so many, isn't there? I'm always intrigued by stuff Evan and Caitlin are doing. So I want to do like, I don't know if anyone's seen the video where they made sort of like a table with Rice Krispies and resin. I found that quite fun. I do want to cover something in cereal and resin just for the fun of it. But like so many, like I'm always constantly seeing things and like saving them for coming back to them later. And I don't know when I'm going to go through that list.
Yeah. cereal and resin. That I haven't seen that video, so I might have to have a look at that. That does sound.
I think it was like a small portion in one of their videos. It wasn't the entire video about that, but I was intrigued and I thought I definitely do want to do something like that. But yeah.
Cheryl's asking if you've ever tried paint pouring.
I have, yes, Cheryl. I have. I've done acrylic pouring, and then I've sealed it with resin. In fact, I did some IKEA boxes that I did like a little bit of a dirty pour with acrylics and then sealed it with resin and made them like into these decor boxes. What else have I done? I think I've done a few. Yeah. Again, I did a bear. So I don't know if anyone's seen those satisfying videos on Instagram where they kind of do acrylic pouring on a bear.
The paint.
And yes. So he's just around here actually. I named him Brutus. So I did that. That was quite fun. And now I want to take it further and actually make a mold of that bear and then put resin in it. So that's brewing in my head also.
Have you done, because again, mold making, it's a completely different craft, I find. And I've done like a coaster mold with like a crystal edge. I managed to do that. I've done a giant frog mold just because I couldn't get the giant frog mold when it came out. So I actually bought a giant frog off somebody and I made a mold out of it. But that is just like a huge block of silicone.
I bet,
and it's expensive. You don't realize how expensive silicone is. It's more than resin. And I think that's where if a resin company came out with a more affordable silicone, they would clean up. They'd make a fortune.
I found a halfway solution to this. So I don't know if you've heard of alginate. Alginate, I don't know how you say it, but basically it's this thing that dentists use to actually take impressions of your teeth. And it basically, you can make a mold of it. And I have done that, but it's only one-time use. So, but it's a lot cheaper though. It's a lot cheaper than silicone. So I have tried that and that worked really, really well. Again, I think I made like a quartz slab. So I had this tray of quartz and I wanted to make a mold. And of course, silicone is expensive and I wanted to play with this new medium. So I used alginate and it worked brilliantly well. So that might be worth exploring.
I've seen some videos where people use like the silicone that you get from B&Q for doing like your kitchens and stuff. And again, that would be cheaper, but I don't know how effective it would be at getting details in. That's the only thing that worries me with that.
Yeah. You mean the silicone gun?
Yeah, like what you use on your tiles, and it's like the silicone beading. And I've seen a few people try that, and it's obviously a lot more affordable than normal liquid silicone. But it just worries me that it's not made for that purpose.
And you'd probably need a lot of it, and it might get messy. Also, brush-on silicone works. So Geodiction have this brush-on silicone that I tried as well, which worked really well. So if you don't want to cast a full solid block of something and you just want to get the item, then that works quite well. I actually made this ball from it.
Oh, wow.
So that is probably a cheaper. Sorry?
Is that meant to be an ashtray or a bowl?
It's a bowl. It's quite big. It's a bowl.
If not, it would be a giant ashtray. That.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be smoking quite a bit to use it as an ashtray, but So brush on silicone.
Tim's saying he's been challenged to put a small fruitcake in resin, and the fruitcake is 4 years old.
Wow! And how's that doing, Tim?
I don't think he's done it yet. He's just been challenged by the looks of it. Again,
okay, well, Tim, keep us updated.
Do a video on it, Tim, and then watch it, see if it does deteriorate or not. With the fact it's 4 years old, most of the moisture will have gone, so it might work.
Yeah.
There we go. And he's just put his wife knits a bunch as well, and he was making pom-poms for knit hats. One didn't work out, so he's experimenting with how well it works in resin. That'd be interesting.
Oh, that would be interesting. Actually, one of my niece gifted, she recently started crocheting and she made these crocheted coasters for me. And I was kind of anticipating and hoping that someday I'm going to put them in resin and make like resin coasters. So let me know how that goes.
Well, I probably shouldn't share this, but I've done a video what I haven't edited yet. And I did it to be a bit risque. So everyone normally jokes in the chat and tells me I need an OnlyFans channel. I'm like, no, that's never going to happen. But I got some lace underwear just as a joke, put it in a coaster, and it just bubbled everywhere. So again,
really?
I think you've got to learn how to actually put the fabric in without creating the bubbles.
Did you coat it?
No. So that's probably where I went wrong.
Yeah.
But
yeah, just probably like give it a little bath in resin and then kind of maybe dunk it in. Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, the hour's up now, and I know that you're pressed for time because you've got something else that you had to do as well. So I just want to say massive thank you for coming on as well. It's been brilliant meeting you.
Thank you so much, Andy. I've had a blast. It's always fun talking.
Channel, another shout out so that anybody watching this back afterwards knows where to find you. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, so Floor Art by Jessica, it's where all the chaos lives. If you have any ideas for any wilder things you want to see being done to resin, come hit me up. I'm going to do them. And I've had so much fun, Andy. I don't even know where the hour went. It's just been fun talking. Thank you so much to everyone that's joined.
Love to do is get you back on next year and see where you are at that point, because that's one of the things I want to do is 12 months later, bring people back and see where the channel was when they came on and where they are now, because I just think that'd be fun to see.
Fun. Yeah, 50K, Andy. I'm going to manifest
50K. I think 100K by then.
No, thank you. That's a very good idea, actually, to see how everyone sort of is doing in a year. And that's inspirational as well for other people to see, well, actually, this person was here and now they're here. So fabulous.
And that's what I love even now. I'll go back to the earlier lives because I've been doing them for nearly a year now. And there's some people that were on like 50, 60 subscribers that are now on 3,000 or 4,000 in less than a year. And it shows you that if you stick at it, you'll get there. And I think this community,
100%.
It's one of the best at supporting each other as well. So if ever you struggle, reach out. And I know we've chatted a bit on the back end as well since we set up the live, which is amazing. So again, thank you for that. And I'm sure we'll continue chatting. You're always welcome to come back on whenever you want.
Thank you so much, Andy. It's so much fun. Brilliant. And once again, thank you everyone who's joined in. I'm going to come back and rewatch this and see all of the comments. So yeah.
Brilliant. No, thank you very much. And for the first time in nearly a year, there won't be a live next week, just to pre-warn people. And that is because I'll be on a beach in Turkey. So I haven't planned a guest. So I'm going to have 6 nights away and switch off from the world, hopefully. But there will be one the week after. So a week on Tuesday at 8 p.m. we'll be back. But thank you again for coming on, Jessica. It's been lovely meeting you. Thanks to everyone in chat.
Bye, Andy. Have a good holiday. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
And thanks to the sponsors as well, Apex. Appreciate you all. See you all soon.